Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's class is on the National Education Commission, which is also called the Kothari Commission. So to start, the Kothari Commission was an ad hoc commission. Ad hoc commission basically means that it was not a permanent commission. It was set up for a particular work and it dissolved after submitting its report. So this commission was set up by the Government of India to examine all the aspects of education sector across the country. And this is the main unique feature of this commission from the previous commissions that existed because this commission is very comprehensive in nature. It was the first commission in India to deal with the education system of the country in a holistic manner. It did not aim to bring an improvement only at a particular stage, say secondary or higher, but it focused on all the stages. This commission was set up on 14 July 1964. They started working from 2nd October, that is Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, 1964. What they did was, they went around all the states and some union territories, visited universities, colleges and schools, held discussions with teachers, educationists, administrators and students. They prepared questionnaires, organized seminars and conferences. They have also interviewed 9,000 persons distinguished in public life, scientists, industrialists and scholars in different fields and other interested in education to know the status, issues and challenges of the education system of the country, and they eventually submitted their report on 29 June 1966 to the then Education Minister M.C. Chagla. The commission constituted of 17 members, of which 11 were from India. The rest were from other countries like UK, USA, France, Japan and Russia. Daulat Singh Kothari was the chairman of this commission, who was also the then chairman of UGC, which is University Grants Commission. Other members were J.P. Nayak, A.R. Dawood, H.L. Alvin, R.A. Gopalaswamy, P.S. Jha, P.N. Kirpal, M.V. Mathur, B.P. Pal, Tadatoshi Ihara, S.A. Sumovsky, John Thomas, T. Sen, K.G. Sayadan, Roger Revel, K.S. Panandikar and J.F. McDougall. So the title of this commission was Education and National Development. The commission consisted of 12 task forces, namely school education, higher education, technical education, agricultural education, adult education, science education and research, teacher training and teacher status, student welfare, new techniques and methods, manpower, educational administration, education finance. And apart from this, they also had 7 working groups, namely women education, education of backward classes, school buildings, school community relations, statistics, primary education and school curriculum. Now let us look at the recommendations of the Commission one by one. Free and compulsory education. The Commission recommended that strenuous efforts should be made for the early fulfillment of the directive principle under Article 45 of the Constitution, which seeks to provide free and compulsory education for all children up to the age of 14. Suitable programs should be developed to reduce the prevailing wastage and stagnation in the schools. Wastage basically means when the children fail or leave the standard before completing the course, and stagnation means when they stay at a particular standard more than the desired duration, means that they do not get promoted to the higher standard. So the Commission recommended that every child who is enrolled in school must successfully complete the prescribed course. Next, status, emoluments and education of teachers. Teachers must be accorded an honored place in the society. Their emoluments and other service conditions should be adequate and satisfactory, having regard to their qualifications and responsibilities. Commission recommended that the academic freedom of teachers to pursue and publish independent studies and researches, to speak and write about significant national and international issues should be protected. Teachers' education, particularly in-service education, should receive due emphasis. Duration of program for the primary teachers should be 2 years and 1 year for the secondary teachers. Programs must include case studies, project works, seminars and discussions. The Commission also recommended for the establishment of a state board of teachers education in each state. Next, development of languages, which is very important for maintaining and improving the standards of education and for spreading knowledge. Commission here talked about regional language. The regional language was already in use as a medium of instruction the primary and the secondary stage, the Commission recommended adopt it as a medium of instruction even at the university stage. At the secondary stage, government should adopt and implement three-language formula, which is different for the Hindi and the non-Hindi speaking states. The Hindi speaking states will have Hindi, English, and one modern Indian language, preferably Southern. The non-Hindi speaking states will have Hindi, English, and a regional language that is their mother tongue. Courses in Hindi and English should be available in universities. Sanskrit should be taught at school and university on a more liberal scale. Next recommendation, equalization of educational opportunity. The Commission realized the importance to equalize educational opportunity. Hence, it recommended that regional imbalances should be corrected and good educational facilities should be provided in rural and other backward areas. Special schools like public schools must admit students on the basis of merit. Free studentships should be provided to prevent segregation of social classes. Special emphasis should be laid on the education of girls and tribal people. Educational facilities for the physically and mentally handicapped children should be expanded and integrated programs should be developed for enabling them to study in regular schools. Next, identification of talent. The Commission recommended that the students' talent in diverse fields should be identified as early as possible. Every stimulus and opportunities should be given for its full development. Next, work experience and national service. The Commission recommended that work experience and national service, including participation in meaningful and challenging programs of community service, national reconstruction should become an integral part of education. And emphasis on these programs should be on self-help, character formation, and on developing a sense of social commitment. Next, science education and research. The Commission recommended that to accelerate the growth of national economy, science education and research should be given great importance. Science and mathematics should be an integral part of general education till the end of the school stage. At the university level, special emphasis should be given on the development of research. Next, education for agriculture and industry. The Commission recommended that there should be at least one agriculture university in each state. In technical education, practical training in industry should form an integral part of education. Technical education should be closely related to industry, providing scope for continuous cooperation in this provision. There should also be a continuous review of agriculture, industrial and other technical manpower needs of the country, and efforts should be made continuously to maintain a proper balance between the output of the educational institutions and employment opportunities. Next, production of books. Commission recommended that the quality of the books should be improved by attracting the best writing talents. Frequent changes of textbooks should be avoided. Their prices should be low enough for the students of ordinary means to buy them. Autonomous book corporations, commercial lines should be established, and few basic textbooks common throughout the country must be made available. Special attention should be given to books for children and to university level books in regional languages. Next, examinations. Commission recommended that evaluation should be a continuous process, helping the students improve their level of achievement rather than certifying their quality of their performance. Oral tests and observations should be included, apart from the written examinations in the evaluation process. Internal assessment must be started and it must be comprehensive in nature. Commission also recommended board exams for class 11 and 12. Next, secondary education. Facilities for technical and vocational education should be suitably diversified to cover a large number of fields such as agriculture, industry, trade and commerce, medicine and public health, management, arts and crafts, secretarial training, etc. At the lower secondary stage, subjects such as math, science, arts, physical education, moral and spiritual values, work experience, history, geography and civics should be taught. At higher secondary stage, any three subjects can be selected from the following: history, geography, economics, logic, work experience, psychology, arts, physics, chemistry, biology, math, home science, physical education, moral and spiritual values. Next, university education. The Commission recommended that new universities should be established with educate funds. Special attention should be given to the organization of postgraduate courses, and to the improvement of the standards of training and research at this level. Centers of advanced studies should be strengthened, and a small number of clusters of centers aiming at the highest possible standards in research and training should be established. Next, part-time education and correspondence courses. Commission recommended that part-time education and correspondence courses should be developed on a large scale at the university stage. Such facilities should also be developed for the secondary school students, for the teachers, and for agricultural, industrial, and other workers. Part-time education and correspondence courses should be given same status as full-time education. This will basically provide opportunities for the people who wish to pursue education but cannot do so on a full-time basis, for example, housewives, working men or women, etc. Next, spread of literacy and adult education. Commission realized the importance of mass literacy for national development, hence recommended that teachers and students should be actively involved in organizing literacy campaign, especially as part of the social and national service program. Special emphasis should be given to the education of young practicing farmers and to the training of youth for self-employment. Next, games and sports. The Commission recommended that games and sports should be developed on a large scale with the objective of improving the physical fitness, sportsmanship of the average students, as well as for those who excel in this department. The playing field and other facilities for developing a nationwide program of physical education do not exist. This should be provided on a priority basis. Next, education of minorities. The Commission recommended that all minorities, whether based on religion, caste, creed, shall have the right to receive education. Next, the educational structure. The Commission recommended to adopt the 10+2+3 structure across the country. The general education, that is lower primary, higher primary and lower secondary, should be of 10 years duration. Before starting the formal schooling, pre-primary education should be provided to children of 3 to 5 age group, and the duration is 1 to 3 years. When the child reaches the age of 6, he should be admitted to lower primary, which is class 1 to 5, and the duration here is 5 years. The higher primary duration is 3 years, which is for the age group 11 to 13, and it includes classes 6, 7 and 8. And then we have the lower secondary, which is of 2 years duration for the age group of 14 and 15, and it includes class 9 and 10. The higher secondary duration is of 2 years, which is for the age group 16 and 17. It includes class 11 and 12. And then we have the degree courses, which is of 3 years duration. Now this commission has its own merits and demerits. Some of the merits are: the commission looked at the educational problems in a holistic manner. Commission made a realistic approach to link education to the socio-economic, cultural and spiritual aspects of human life. The Commission laid emphasis on equalization of educational opportunity, which is very important for national development. Some of the demerits are: Commission pointed out the educational goals but did not explain ways of achieving it. The educational system itself was confusing. Even the medium of instruction was very conflicting and confusing. So that was all on Kothari Commission. I hope you liked the video. Please let me know in the comment section. Like, subscribe and share. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.